Hi, this is Wes Man. I want to do a lesson on the on three pretty easy scales to play on the harmonica. I already did a video on the easiest scales, but these are kind of like next to easiest to play, with the exception you got to hold in the bar most of the time to achieve them. And so you got F minor, A sharp minor, also known as B flat minor, and D sharp minor, also known as E flat minor. So F minor, sometimes I think about it like it's almost like E sharp, because like if you started on blow six is an E, and then you press the slider in to get an F, and so it's almost like you're sharpening the E by one note. So, but yeah, we want to play an F natural. So you can either play that by doing blow six with the slider like this, or six draw without the slider. But we're going to just uh, skip over six draw. Um, you want to avoid doing six draw with the slider and to get that F sharp, because we don't want to play an F sharp, we want to play an F natural. So just skip over six draw. We're going to play, for simplicity, we're going to stick with just the six blow with the slider. So the main note you really want to focus on is the G natural, which is seven blow without the slider. And that's the only note you're going to have to just remove the slider for. And then right after seven blow, the G note, you're going to press it in to get the G sharp right afterwards. And then after A sharp, the seven draw, we're going to go to eight draw. And instead of eight draw, which would be a B, we're going to play it as a C with the slider in. So the only note that you should have to let out the bar for is the G natural. So that's really the only one you're gonna have to remember. This is probably one of the more tricky ones out of the three, but they're pretty easy to play once you can get it going. So here's starting on a blow six with the slider and skipping over draw six. So you see, the only note I had to let the bar out for was the G. That's a pretty easy scale once you get it down. Next one is really super easy. A sharp minor. You're just gonna hold the bar in the whole time, and it's basically just like playing a C major scale or A minor scale, or A minor. And you just hold the bar in the whole time, and technically you're sharpening the E to an F, and you're making the B a C by holding the slider in. But you don't really have to think about that. You're just doing, like, I want to play A sharp minor or B flat minor, so you just start on a what would normally be an A, but with the slider in. And that's starting on draw three, the slider end to get the A minor. And then the next one is also very easy. You're gonna play B natural, which is you know eight eight draw or four draw if you're in the lower octave. So it'll be eight draw or four draw, and that's the only note that you have to let the slider out for. All right, so D sharp. Basically, you're gonna play five draw, which would be a D, but you're gonna hold in the slider. And like I say, the only note you're gonna let out the slider for would be the eight draw. No, it's really easy. It's a lot like the first one. You're just letting out the bar for the G, but this one you're letting out the bar for the eight, which is really easy to play and remember. I'm gonna teach the harder scales, which are where you have to worry about more like multiple flats or sharps. But but if you watch the video before and you watch this one, you know that there's only 12 keys in Western music, so you only have six more to go. So these were the easier ones. Now all you have to do is get the harder ones out of the way. But to keep in mind, most of the time you're only going to play in natural keys anyway. Most of the time, like a guitar or a piano is going to be in G or E or A or C. You know, most most of your typical instruments they're not going to play in a bunch of weird keys unless you're going to use a capo on the guitar or change the key of the keyboard. But typically, most of the time, people that you're going to jam with are going to be in natural keys. And to conclude the lesson, I wanted to talk about sextuplet, a sextuplet lick that I really like to do. I'm gonna, for simplicity, I'm gonna just do it in C major from the bottom. So basically, you're gonna play one blow, and then you're gonna jump up to the third, which is two blow, and then you're gonna come back down the scale, and then back up again. So you're going C to E, and then back down the scale to D to C, then back up again, C, D, E. So, and then you keep going up throughout the scale like this. Then back down. That's a really good exercise. It's basically a six rhythm where the whole uh, six note sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can do it opposite, which is which you start on the third, and then you come down to the 1, and then you go up, back up the scale, and then back. Or you start on the 3, the third, and then you jump down to the 1, then you go up the scale and then back down again, like this. Starting on 2 blow, and then the next note is 1 blow. So you go in E to C, then you're going up the scale to D to E, and then back down again. So here's how that would sound going up the scale. Also, I want to mention one of my favorite albums that uses diatonic scales a lot would be John Sebastian Plays Bach, which ironically his name is John Sebastian, just like uh, just like the composer Johann Sebastian, which I think I'm pretty sure is Johann is a German version of John. Uh, but yeah, John Sebastian Plays Bach. I think a lot of classical players they use a little bit more vibrato than I like because they get that kind of cowboy sound. I mean, although that is kind of pleasant, getting that nice classical vibrato. But I try to use more vibrato from using my airflow. Well, they use that too, but I just think it's kind of excessive doing too much of that, and then I end up hurting my teeth doing too much of that too. I'm a little bit too crazy with it. But yeah, John Sebastian plays Bach. He does a bunch of violin, or no, it's a um, flute sonatas, and also like a flute solo sonata where it's almost like an exercise. But it's a really old album, but I think it's really cool. You got the whole collection of Bach there. You could also check out people doing Vivaldi or George Philip Telemann, or I think his name's Greyorg, but Telemann. Anyway, Vivaldi and Telemann, they're really great Baroque composers. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the channel.